that. We gotta stop our music down here.
Live on the internet, it's Coffee and Hype with your host. Live on the internet, it's Coffee and Hype with your host.
And I'm muted. And I'm muted. Let's do that again. Let's do that again because it's Friday. I have my microphone muted. Haven't had my coffee yet, that's why. Oh boy. That's how you start a show on Friday. That's how you end your week, by muting yourself. And I could have just said something incredibly profound and smart. And no one heard it. No one on the internet has heard my profound words. But welcome in Coffee and Hype Friday edition, going down right now at this very moment. Here we are. We've got an interview on the show today. We've got TTVZubZero on the show. Mega excited, super stoked. If you haven't checked out his stream, he does these incredibly wonderful, like obscure games, weird games, I guess you could consider them, but hidden gems nonetheless. Really good streamer, really great human being. Can't wait to have him on here. Plushy, good morning. How are you, bud? Welcome on in. Coffee and Hype Friday edition. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I'm doing good. I'm excited. Are you excited for today's interview? Today's guest, ZubZero. Zub to some, friend to all. Amazing human being. I can't wait. It's going to be in a few minutes, like 20 minutes. We're going to start the interview. I just wanted to have a chance for people to come in, hang out, all that good stuff. Looks like we hit another follower. So you know what that means. We lost our 69% goal completion. Sad day. A sad day here on the show. We did so well. But actually, you know what? That's actually inaccurate. I gotta fix that real quick here. It's not. The official count actually is 138 because there's been some bots lately. So let's turn that down. There we go. Let's adjust that back to where it was before. Because bots have become a problem here on Twitch. Trent, hello. Good morning. I am much hype. Mucho hype. Very hype. Very excited for this to go down today. I hope you're excited. I'm stoked. I'm very stoked for this interview happening. So excited. Alright, just stopping down on some stuff here because, again, I get easily distracted. Amy, good morning. Oscar, how the hell are you? Everyone's jumping in. You guys here for probably the coolest interview ever? Because that's what I'm here for. Nothing else. Hope you guys are gonna stick around. Another 20 minutes or so, we're gonna get the interview started. I had a great day yesterday. Let me tell you, day off from work. Did the coffee and hype as one does in the morning, and then I said, you know what? I'm getting out of the house today. I'm getting out. I don't want to be in my room all day. I need some time away from my computer. So I got in my car, threw my hype glasses on, threw some tunes on, and immediately realized it was hell on earth out there. It was about 90 some odd degrees, unbearable. It was humid and gross. Drove around for a while in the AC, ran some errands, took a little walk around the main mall because I didn't want to go anywhere else outdoors because it was awful outside, and came back and just chilled. Had a great evening. So I hope everyone's Thursday was a good night. Everyone had a good time. You did whatever you do on Thursdays, and here we are, Payday Friday. Payday Friday on the show. Look at that. All these awesome people. Yes, and don't forget, make sure you get your coffee or your tea or your energy drink, whatever it is that gets you awake in the morning. This morning, unfortunately, I didn't get to Cumberland Farms, but I do have myself a big old cup of coffee. Cup number one in the Yeti, freshly poured just minutes ago. So, if you weren't here yesterday on the show, in real time, we got a like. It's just a like on a shout out to Cumberland Farms post on Twitter. So they have recognized us. They have acknowledged the shout outs. Hopefully they're watching right now. But nonetheless, I'm not an E-Rock impersonator. I just unfortunately did not have time this morning to go there. You know, I could be Ariana trying to be E-Rock. I could be. I guess you'll never know at this point. It's going to be hard to distinguish. Because when she comes on the show, and we will have Ariana Grande on Coffee and Hype. That will happen. And when she is on here, we will put the rumors to rest. We will lay them to rest. We will shut down the naysayers. We will block the haters. We will show the world we are two different people, not one and the same. That I'm E-Rock and she's Ariana. I have to slide into her DMs, I guess. I have to reach out to her. I'm gonna reach out to her. I'm going to. Damn it. Listen, if I can get TTVZubZero on the show, which is a huge get, it's a big deal. The man's an amazing human being. I gotta shoot for the stars. I gotta go after Ariana. Listen, don't inflate the ego because it's listen, I believe I can fly. Okay, I believe it enough. I'm starting to believe my own hype. I can get anyone. Sure. I'll get Gordon Ramsay on here. I don't know. Is that someone that would be cool to interview? Gordon Ramsay? Maybe? I don't know. Why is there no music? Here we go. Your music. Play. Good gracious. You can't have a coffee and hype stream without like decent tunes in the background. Like, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Oh, it's almost time, you guys. We got 15 more minutes till the interview starts. I just want to get some people, kind of just get everyone in a little bit, talk with you guys, see how your mornings are going, and then we're gonna get into it soon here. And I'm very, very happy that we're doing another interview today. I am beyond the moon excited. Super fun. Can't wait for it. Cannot wait for it. Are you guys excited? Check out the amazing human being and streamer TTVZubZero. I am. We need to grab one thing here. Where is it? Here we go. Gotta make sure I got all my ducks in a row here for today, for the interview. You'd think I'd prepare a little better. Well, I mean, I have prepared. Oh, there he is. You heard he's very handsome and smart and funny and stuff. You know, I've heard the same things. I've heard the same things. Hopefully he lives up to the hype. I'm sure he will. He's already in the chat. He's excited. He's waiting on bated breath. Get this party started. I'm very excited, guys. Can't keep saying it. I'm repeating myself too much here about how excited I am because I'm so hyped up for this. I did last night check out BD Brent's tarantula eating last night, and that was a hoot. I thought a bologna smoothie was bad to get down, but watching another man on the internet attempt to eat a tarantula was something else entirely. It was very humorous. At times, I worried for his safety because it was eating a tarantula. It didn't look like it tasted very well. So shout out to you, Brent, for doing that, being a trooper, being a solid hombre, being a good dude, and going above and beyond, and eating a damn tarantula on your stream. The more power to you. My only recommendation is if you do it next time, blend it up in a smoothie, baby. Get whatever gross thing you're gonna eat and smoothie it up. Smoothie form for anything gross seems to go down a little easier. That's just my opinion on that. Also, we can't forget, shout out to Cumberland Farms, Chill Zone Iced Coffee. Cumberland Farms is awesome. Let's just say it right now. They are a good company. They're all over New England. Affordable coffee. Make it your way. Your iced to coffee ratio, whatever you want. You don't want iced coffee, get a regular hot coffee. You don't want coffee, get a soda in the morning. It's up to you. They're not going to tell you what to do at Cumberland Farms. It's your money. So shout out to them. Cumbies for sponsor. Future sponsor of the show. And hopefully someday I'll have a cool logo or a cool just brand somewhere here that says Cumberland Farms. We're going to make it happen. We're going to get sponsored by Cumberland Farms. I love their coffee. Yeah, it was very interesting. I don't know where one orders a tarantula online, but he found a way to do it, and it's apparently a thing. It is a niche market. I don't know who decided one day, hey, you know what we should do for an internet company? We should dehydrate insects and bugs like, I don't know, tarantulas, and sell them to people online to eat and consume as goofs. Because outside of like a goof or a dare, I can't see tarantulas being a viable source of like nutrients or like a daily diet. Like, do you think there's a dietitian out there somewhere who's talking with like a client, like, listen, Your cholesterol is really high. You need to lose some weight. What I recommend is a steady diet of tarantulas and other dehydrated bugs. They're hard to come by, but you can find them on the internet. How does someone go? How do you get that idea in your head as a damn company? How does that happen? You knew a guy that breeds them. The ones that are dead get processed for consumption. Well, that's just like, I don't understand that whole concept. The man's breeding tarantulas, and when they die, or if they don't make it, he's like, well, rather than just, disposing of the bodies, let's dehydrate them and sell them to people for eating? I don't know how you get to that conclusion, but more power to you. More power to you. Entrepreneurial, sounds like. To be fair, I've heard that insects might be a new valid source of protein in the future. Could be, but we're not at that future yet. We just got Beyond Burgers. Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a few decades until we're doing like bug burgers. Let's wait a little bit. I've eaten a ton of bugs. They're not bad with a proper seasoning. Okay, Oscar. Okay, I see you. It's a wild concept to me. But I also, I've also heard that, cricket protein. Yeah, I've heard that crickets and other insects are good sources of protein. However, we're just at Beyond Burgers. Let's give it a little bit of time before we go to full blown Beyond Burger Cricket Edition. Mexicans will eat anything and everything. Oh boy. Ugh. You guys crap me up. Easy, good morning. Everybody give it up for the best mod on Coffee and Hype, Easy Game X. One of my favorite people. She is one of the best mods. Don't get on her bad side or she will toss you out of here. That's what she does. That's what she do. Don't mess with her, guys. Don't forget this Sunday, our resident mod is doing a 12-hour stream. The end of the weekend. Get hype, get excited for a 12-hour stream with Easy Game X. It's gonna be crazy. Beyond Burgers are not bad, truthfully. They're not bad. I enjoy a good Beyond Burger. I enjoy a good meatless patty. That's right. It's easy with the hammer. She likes to say I infect people with hype on the show, which I don't know how I feel about that. But speaking of hype, let's see if the hype gun is working this morning. We had some technical difficulties yesterday with it. Full disclosure, may have dropped it before I did the show yesterday. It was kind of on me. I think it's part battery, part drop, but it is working. It started working when Cthulhu came in here and said it will work, and it did work. So let's see if we can get our hype gun to go here. You guys, what you come in here for is the damn hype gun. There we go. Oh, come on, hype gun. You got this. It's like when a lighter loses its fluid. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get that hype going. We're heading into the old interview category soon here. Yes, it works. Oh, it works. That makes me very happy. You love to see it. You love to hear it. Oh, you guys, we're only a few minutes away from our interview here. If you're not familiar with ZubZero, you're gonna be very familiar with him, hopefully, after our interview here. He's an awesome guy. Flat out awesome guy. We're gonna talk to him very, very soon. Get to know him. We'll get to understand him a little better. We'll ask him some questions. We'll hang out for a little bit, and it's gonna be rad as heck. I know it, and you know it. Yeah. Want to make sure I got some stuff queued up as well. Want to make sure everything's ready to go for the interview. Got some clips we can play as well too. Always good. All right. Hey Zubby, are you in the chat still? Are you ready? Maybe we can just start now because I'm feeling like it's Christmas Eve and I want to open up some damn presents. And the present under the tree is the interview. So I'm ready. You're here. Okay. All right. Pause the music here. I'm ready for you, Daddy. Oh, love it. All right. Our next guest on Coffee and Hype here on this wonderful Friday morning. Again, I've been talking about it for the last 25 minutes. Is dear friend of the show, the curator of niche games, of the weird games, of those hidden gems you love to watch. We'll let him talk about the games because there's so many he plays. Let's welcome on in. Let's give a big round of applause for TTVZubZero. Make sure I got it all set up. Make sure the crowd gets hyped up. And they're hyped up. And we're going to the interview.
Come on now.
Hello. Can you hear me okay? Oh, hold on. Let me... Uh-oh. Okay, we're good here. Good there. Uh-oh. I can't hear you, my friend. Are you muted? Hold on. There we go. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, hello.
To myself, as I'm an idiot.
Oh, good. Welcome into Coffee and Hype, my friend. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm very well. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I'm very excited for this. We've been talking about this for the last couple of days, kind of off and on, and I am over the moon excited to have you on the show. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your day. I know it's your day off. So
Yes. So I actually took off today, especially for you, Erock.
oh wow. Oh,
And your Coffee and Hype.
I feel
Such a good show on Twitch. Everybody is just in love with it. So well done for what you put together. It's a really good achievement, buddy.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. But it's not about me today. It's not about me. It's all about you. So real quick, let everyone know like who you are and what they can look forward to on your stream real quick. And we'll kind of get into some questions after that.
Okay, so I am TTVZubZero, a very new streamer. I play some video games on the internet because I'm incredibly cool. As you can probably tell from my smarmy accent, I'm from the UK, and I am an engineer, IRL, in real life. That is me.
I see that blows my mind with that you're an engineer. Like how long? Like when did you like get into like that? Was it like in like university, or did you have like a passion for it like growing up? Like I want to be an engineer when I get older.
Yeah, I was just like super into things like Lego and Meccano. Do you remember Meccano? Was that a thing in the States?
I don't think we had that here.
So that was like big boys Lego, and it came with like little screwdrivers and things like that, and it was all made of metal, and that was like big boy sort of Legos that you could get for children, and I was just obsessed with it. I was obsessed with cars, and then as I was growing up, I was actually going to join the army actually, and then that sort of fell through, and then I was like, well, let's try and get into engineering in university, and just never looked back since, really. Yeah,
That's awesome. That's super cool. So like from a young age, you knew like you wanted to do something kind of big brainish with engineering, with parts and stuff. Is it the like what's the appeal to engineering for you? Was it just kind of like trying to figure out how things work and function, or how to like create things?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of both. Like I've been like quite a creative person, I suppose. I've been very much into art and things, but then combine that with like how things work. Like, have you ever just looked at something and just been like, well, how does that work? It's just like magic to me. But I just wanted to just know how everything worked, you know, like a car engine. How does a car engine work? How does it work? And now, like, you know, you go into so much detail about it that you still don't really know how it works. It's still a bit magic, but you have a bit more of an idea than everyone else.
That's awesome. Like it's that curiosity. I feel like it drove you to like, well, how does this work? How do I figure out how it works? Well, I can learn how to be like I can go into like engineering and figure out the how the parts move. That's awesome. Like I love that. That's kind of where your brain's at. That's hype, my friend. That's very hype
Yeah,
of you.
that is hype, and it turns out that it's really hard to understand how things work. You need you need a very mathematical brain. You need like a certain type of brain to do it, and yeah, I don't really possess that, but I do it anyway. So it all worked out for the best.
That's awesome. And we've talked a little bit before, and I know that you mentioned you kind of grew up in like a military family. You kind of like, or you had like your schooling in like military bases and stuff. What was that like for you, especially like
Yeah.
overseas?
Well, I didn't really know any different, really. I just thought it was like, that's the way people are, and then this is what life is. But yeah, it was very different. It's very different to the conventional, like growing up with the same group of friends, the same bedroom, the same place that inside out. I never really got that. So in the army, you don't stay anywhere in the same place for any more than 3 years. So between 2 and 3 years, you'll move on somewhere else, somewhere else, somewhere else. So that was just what it was like. And then your dad would go away for 6 to 9 months, in some war zone somewhere, and then, you just left in the middle of this unknown country just to fend for yourself, really. Well, I say fend for yourself, but everybody was in the same boat there, so everybody was just so supportive, and like it's probably a community that you don't really get elsewhere unless you're in a tight knit little village or a very tight knit group. But again, like people just disappear. You might make really good friends with somebody in your school, or you might make a really good friend group, and then you find out in 2 weeks' time they're actually going to Cyprus, or they're going to, I don't know, Belgium or something. And it's like, well, that could have been my best friend for life, but he's gone now.
That sounds tough, especially as a kid, because when you're a kid, like friendships like are important because you have those bonds, you have those connections through whatever you're doing, but you're getting that connection because you are like military kids and you're traveling around, but it's that like very brief amount of time. It's like, cool, we're hanging out, we're friends, but you gotta go now. Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
It's like you sort of fast track connections, if you know what I mean. It's like for other people, I think it's if you grow up in the same place and you know the same people all your life, and then you're thrust into a new situation like a job, or you go away for university or college or whatever, it's quite hard for people like that to actually get used to their surroundings and make new friends groups. But with us, it was always like, right, you over there, sat over there, you're new, I'm new, we're going to be best friends, okay? And you're going to be here for 3 years as well, so we got to be best friends, and we're going to stick together. So yeah, it's like kind of when I went to university and things like that, I'm like quite outgoing, quite easy to just talk to people and just get to know them, and for them to get to know me. And like I remember Alex saying to me as well when I went to meet her parents in Austria for the first time, and she was like, oh God, are you nervous? Are you nervous about it? There's a lot of family members that want to meet you and all this. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. And she's like, what? When she came to my house for the first time to meet my family, she was physically shaking as she came in through the door. I remember my mum hugging her, like, oh, it's okay, don't worry. My mum's like so nice. She just ran up to her and just gave her a big hug, and she could feel Alex shaking, And I was just like, it just turns you into a different person having that upbringing. I think it's very strange.
Do you think traveling around like that and just kind of that sense of community that you developed, like moving around from like place to place, like country to country, do you think it made it easier for you to be like more outgoing and more social? Do you think it kind of helped, like as you got older in life, to kind of develop like friendships and relationships and stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think you have to basically to survive that sort of thing, because otherwise, if you're a kid that, wants to keep to themselves and secluded, and you can't really sort of thrust yourself into a friend group or into a friendship, you're going to struggle in that life, because it's just you're going to be like that all over the place. And to be fair though, military kids, it's like we're um, so supportive of each other as well. If you see a new kid, it's like I remember so many kids coming up to me, and saying in the playground, my first day of school in the middle of Germany or the middle of Cyprus or something like that, and them saying, "Oh, do you want to play football?" It's like, "Yeah, go on then," and then that's it. Then that you're in. But so it does. It really sort of like thrusts you into those situations, and I've never known any different really. So it's just carried on into my adult life. But yeah, coming back to the UK, I only lived in the UK, started to live in the UK when I was 16. So, like over half of my life has been away from the UK, where I'm originally from. So coming back to this place and then going to a college then, which, these people had known each other since they were kids, since kindergarten, and trying to thrust yourself into that friend group, that's really tough. You can never be on the level of all the other friends in there. But it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I love hearing those kind of stories. Like, I know, like for me at least, like just like growing up and when you're a kid, you develop a lot of traits and a lot of habits that you kind of carry on into your adult years. And it depends on your upbringing and your environment. It sounds like despite kind of the constant moving around and the kind of chaos around that and having to kind of like reset friend groups and reset kind of your social like circles, over and over again, you got to be an adult, you're like, well, I've done it enough times now where at this point I can maintain maybe some long-term friendships and relationships. And that seems like it's an awesome, you kind of benefited from it, because like you definitely have a really like friendly, outgoing personality, and it definitely shows. And I'm sure it's a product of you growing up as a military kid. That's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, definitely, but it comes with its caveats as well. It's like I struggle very hard in like maintaining relationships as well, and maintaining friendships. It was like it's like after 3 years of knowing someone, it's like something clicked in my head where it's like, oh, it's time to move somewhere else now. It's time to go to another place and another friend group, and it's got its caveats for sure. It probably makes you good in some ways, like socially, but then bad in like longer term social situations. Like I am awful at keeping contact with people. Like that's one of my major flaws, and I've had so many people from like college and stuff like, oh, why haven't you got in contact with me and stuff like that? Oh, I see now you don't like me or whatever. And it's just like, no, it's just I don't know how to do this. It's really weird. It's really weird. So there's some good sides to it, and there's some definite bad sides, I suppose.
Sure. So you grew up in a, in a military family, went to college or university over in the UK for engineering. So you were an engineer for a while. When was the transition from like doing engineering? When did you kind of get into like the whole streaming thing? When did, like, obviously I'm assuming you played video games this whole time and you were into games.
Yeah.
So at what point between like post university and like now, when did you kind of want to get into like the streaming thing? When did it kind of first kind of come about? Like, when did you think you were going to try it out? Like, how did that kind of come about for you?
Yeah, it's a bit weird because I've like always been a big fan of YouTube and YouTube gamers and all this sort of stuff. And, I was always thinking to myself, I was a massive video game fan growing up. And, it was like always the thing to do when it was raining outside, and it was like, well, we can't go outside, Mum. Can we come in here and play video games together? And it's like, yeah, go on. And I think I've always dabbled in YouTube and things like that, and always thought, oh, maybe I can do this, but I've never really given it the big like sort of go at it. I've always been focused on my work, my real life job, and all that sort of stuff. And it was always sort of half-assed and things like that. And it was actually the COVID situation now where we've been working from home for a long time. We don't have 2 hours of driving and commute, and having to go to India or wherever for 2-3 weeks at a time. I thought, well, now's the time to check out what streaming can be, and I'm glad I did it.
I think a lot of people are glad you did it, because you have one of the best streams. I'm so happy I came across your stream in the first place. Like, when did you you got into streaming and everything? When did you kind of find like your niche of like the awkward, like the random games that you play are so great and they're so obscure and so bizarre? Like, what was the first game you were like, I'm gonna try this on stream? I'm sure no one knows about it. Like, when did that idea come about where you're like, I'm gonna try to play some really weird game on stream? Was it something you played like before that or growing up, or when did you kind of decide that's gonna be kind of like where you're gonna kind of lean into on here?
Well, it was weird. At first, I wanted to do like 90s retro shooters, like, Duke Nukems and Dooms. And there was like a big resurgence of those games, people making games nowadays, which were based on those old 90s shooters, which I absolutely loved. And I was like, when I stream, I'm going to do those. And I've never done those in my stream ever so far. And I think it was just a natural transition, really. I started playing the games that I liked were a bit weird anyway, like Binding of Isaac and things like that, which is about a little boy who is trying to run away from his mum because his mum got a call in from God to kill him, and like it's weird enough in itself. And then I think we did games like Cruelty Squad, and we've been doing Deadly Premonition and the Long Drive. These kind of games which are super weird, they're super janky, but because I've never played them before and they are so weird, people just seem to cling to it, and they were just they were seeing my reactions to it, just like totally dumbfounded. They were totally dumbfounded, and I was having such a good time in looking at my chat to say, like, some things were so weird, it was stuff that I missed, and they were like, oh, by the way, Luke, there's something behind you which looks, and it's just that interaction that if I'm playing those kind of games on my own, it's great, I'm having a great time, but it's just to have somebody to share it with, on the fly, basically, and see those reactions from the people that are watching you. And I've been quite lucky that a lot of people watch these kind of games, and it's just an organic transition into those types of games. I don't want to play the Warzones, the Apexes, and stuff, even though I like those games. I'm just going to be sat there playing them badly, and I think that these type of games are much more what people want to see. We all have way more fun playing them, so it's just been a natural transition now. The only thing is, though, my wallet is hating me because I've been buying all of these bloody weird ass games that nobody else has ever played.
What's the most obscure, weirdest game that you haven't played yet that you really want to do on stream? Is there, if there is any out there, is there any one game you're like that game? It's super obscure, super weird, and you want to get your hands on it. Like what would that game be for you?
That's a good question, actually. I don't think there's any particular game that I'm thinking of that is so weird. I kind of like the sort of discovery of, just trying out a game and just seeing what it's like. We did that with Road 96 recently. I just bought it on a whim and just thought, let's see what it's like, and it turned out really well. So I don't think I've got like any game in mind, but if there's any weird stuff that you can potentially see and you want to suggest to me, please just like hit me up, and then I'll take a look at it and we'll just play it. And that's my whole process at the moment. If it looks weird, looks interesting, I'll do it.
That's a great mindset to go into, of just, if it's weird and if it's unique, like the Road 96 has been that watching that game has been so amazing because I never heard of it, and watching you play through it, like it's procedurally generated, right? The story, it's all procedurally generated on in the game. There's multiple paths you can take, and it's all kind of this interwoven story that is all connected to one another in really unique, beautiful ways, and it's told and presented in a really almost like interactive movie kind of situation with a really colorful kind of like palette and aesthetic, and like it's super fun to watch. And I'm sure playing it is probably a lot. You're probably getting a lot more out of it than us watching it, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like that was another game that was just it was on the street. Steam new and trending page. It was like, it looked similar to The Long Drive. It had the words procedurally generated, good story, things like that, and it had some positive reviews. So I was just like, you know what, we're just going to take the plunge, and I'm glad I did, because it was really good. It was really good. We actually finished it last night, so I'm a bit gutted about that, but but that just means we're open now to anything new. But yeah, super cool. Games like that really do, scratch that itch with me, and to experience it with the chat, and to have people just taking the mick out of me when I do something stupid or bad, or people just getting into the role play of it. We had people yesterday saying to one of the characters, like, just kill her, she's going to betray you. I was like, no, it's fine. Lo and behold, they betrayed me. And I was like, damn it. And everyone's like, told you so, and all that. And you wouldn't get that if I was playing it on my own. Within myself, I'd be like, oh damn, I got betrayed there. But everybody else was like, the reactions were just absolutely fantastic. It's a great game. So
you kind of brought up a good point there. Like, when you play your games on stream, do you find that you make choices in games or play it differently based off of like chat and the interaction with people, like when they're watching you and they're sounding off in the chat about suggestions or things you should do, or like watch out behind you. Do you feel like that kind of influences how you play on stream, or do you kind of just do your own thing and maybe every now and then take a cue from chat of like, oh, maybe I will try that, or do you think it's kind of like a more of an interactive experience between you and chat, kind of how you approach a game?
It's definitely more of an interactive experience. I'm always going to chat and saying like, what should we do here? What should we do? And and everybody gets involved that way. Everybody's got a stake to play in the game as well. It's and that's what gets people really sort of into the stream and into the game. I'm just if I just play it, sit there, just do my own thing, there's not much for people to get out of that. Then I really like that chat get involved, because they what they say, more heads are better than one, in those certain situations. And I'd probably play games so differently if I was I probably would have played Road 96 so differently if I was just sat there on my own. But with chat interaction as well, and little bits of role play that they put in, and things, it's like I just go off in a completely different direction, and it's just adds so much creativity to the streams as well. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, it works, and like I love being on your streams because you have all these little fun like channel points and sound alerts that go off during your stream. You were playing one, it was some horror game the other day to celebrate your 200 followers. So congratulations on that, number one, for hitting 200 followers. But you were playing this very scary game, and you basically opened up. It was like all bets are off. Spam as many sound effects as you possibly can, and there were so many farts, so many jump scares, and it was so fun to watch it because it was hard to like figure out if it was in the game or out of the game. But yeah, so many farts on your stream in general. I don't think I've seen a fart sound alert cashed in more on anywhere else on Twitch than on your stream. And it's hysterical, and like that is such a great little interactive thing that you do. Like, did you just like to figure out one day, or just decide like, I'm gonna put some really fun, obscure, or just really wacky sounds on here? Maybe no one's gonna use them. Like, do you think it was gonna be like a bigger element to your streams, because it's a big part of your streams now? I think. Do you think that was like anticipated?
Yeah, it adds to the chat interaction and things like that, And the thing is, I turn up the sounds of those blurps, those sound effects, so high that when people come in and do a fart, it scares the crap out of me. So every single time that somebody farts and I'm engrossed in a game, I do this little jump, like, and I'm just like, this streaming gig is probably going to give me a heart attack one day. But yeah, I remember when I got affiliate and then you can add the channel rewards. I was like, well, it was like modify an emote and highlight my message and stuff like that. And I was like, well, that's a bit boring, So yeah, I always thought the text to speech was always really interesting. You get all those compilations on YouTube of like funny text to speech. I was like, I've got to put that in there. And then all of the different sound effects then. And a lot of those sound effects come from the viewers, really. When we get little inside jokes, Cheesy Gubbins was from our 2 Point Hospital playthrough. Bapanada was from our Hollow Knight playthrough. And so it's all like sort of inside jokes for the regular people, but they're also funny for people that want to come in and just play some farts. So yeah, it's and I'm known as like the fart boy now for some reason. Everybody says that I poo my pants and I fart all the time. It's just not true.
We're clearing up the rumors today on the interview on Coffee and Hype. This man does not poop his pants, everybody. He does make some. Listen, I know that there was some technical hiccups with some of the fart noises. So you went kind of above and beyond. You're like, tell you what, if you cash in your points for a fart, you would make a good old fashioned mouth fart, and they have been delightful to watch. I love that you were like, you know what, if this isn't going to work, I'm going to make it work for chat, and you do, and I think that just it cracks me up, and it definitely I hope it has the same reaction for people who are watching. But it's just such a clever little thing that you've done to really kind of really kind of get the interaction with your community going. And again, it's all those inside jokes and that sense of community and like that personal connection with everyone who's watching. Like you're going out of your way to make like a fart noise. Like
Yeah, yeah.
you don't
And
have to, but you're doing it, and I think that is so amazing.
do you know how hard it is to make a fart sound with your mouth different every time? I was like, okay, this one could be a short, rapid fire one. This one could be squeaky. This one could be just really airy. I was like, I'm out now. I'm out. What other types of farts are there?
Listen, your fart noise range is impeccable, as is your American accents, as we've heard
Oh
time and time
man, yeah.
again on stream, which I always love. I do appreciate the New York, New Jersey one, which we've all heard several times on there, which I think is hysterical.
Yeah.
And we've talked before too about just the like different words, like from like American English to like proper UK English of like different words.
Yeah.
Like I remember I mentioned one day I like zebra cakes. And you're like, no, they're zebra cakes. There's two different
It just
pronunciations.
make me sound like a absolute like just British like traditionalist or something. Zebra, how dare you? But yeah, that's what I really like about this game as well, is that you meet people from all over the world. I mean, we've got like people in my chat. We got people from Australia, India, Germany, Austria, the UK. We've got Americans as well. So just talking with you guys and just like celebrating our differences, and it's always the same with America and Britain, isn't it? There's that like sort of rivalry, it's like, oh, you changed the name of sweets to candy and path to sidewalk. I was like, oh, but it's always really fun to just like have a laugh with you guys, and you guys have such a good sense of humor as well. Like I hope I'm not offending anyone when I take the mic, because you can take the mic out of me all you want, so fair game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone ever gets offended. If anything, it's very humorous, and I do love it.
That's good.
So I do have a question for you from our previous guest. You might know her, Happy Hippo.
Ooh.
You might be familiar with her work on here. Are you familiar with her at all?
Doesn't ring a bell,
Doesn't ring a
no.
bell. Well, she was. If you have a chance, go back and watch the VOD.
Okay, all right, I will.
Yeah. So I asked her for I wanted to ask her to give me a question to ask you here
Oh,
on the show, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing for the next guest going forward. We're going to kind of do a thing here with the interview. So the question she has proposed to you, we're going to get into some fun questions here. This is the first fun question here. What would be the theme song for your life?
for my
Yeah,
life.
that's the question proposed to you by Happy Hippo. What would be the
Oh,
theme song for your life?
that is really good. It doesn't have to be a theme song to another like TV show or something. It can be
Whatever
like
you
just
want.
any old song, right? Oh man, um, have you ever heard of the song "Willy Willy Bum Bum"?
I feel like I may have.
Okay, can I swear on the
Oh,
coffee and hype?
it's coffee and hype. You can do what you want. It's Friday morning. It's payday. You can cuss. You can swear.
Okay, so if you go into YouTube and you type in "Willy Willy Bum Bum," that is the theme song to my life, and it's 18 plus, by the way, so be careful. But the chorus goes "Willy Willy Bum Bum Poo Poo Titty Titty Willy Willy Bum Bum Poo." So that's going to be that fits into the farts, fits into all the Willy jokes. It's perfect for me. So
That
that's my theme song.
it definitely encompasses everything. So yeah, that is a great answer to that question. The theme song to Willy Willy Bum Bum. Everyone go Google it. That is the theme
Please do.
song to Zub for his life. So when you wake up in the morning, that's the song you hear every day.
Mm, it is. If they did a montage of my life, that would just be playing in the background.
That is awesome. Okay, so I asked this one last time. Favorite midnight snack? Favorite go to
Oh,
if it could be there, if it's there. What's it's after midnight. It's before 5 a.m. You're up. You need that snack. You need something. What is that you go for?
well, one thing, right, is that Happy Hippo will tell you this, but once I'm asleep, nothing can wake me up until my body goes, right, it's time to wake up. Like, I think it was my mother that said to me, you could sleep through like a tornado. easily. Like the whole house could be ripped up. I could be flying through the air at spinning round at 100 miles an hour, and I'd probably roll over to the other side. So I don't think I've ever had a midnight snack, but I got to do all my eating in the day. But if I did, I'm an absolute fiend for peanut butter. So anything to do with peanut butter, we get Reese's over here now. I would probably have some of that. Maybe a peanut butter sandwich, or maybe just a spoon, and just go deep. Just go deep. That's my life. What do you call it?
Go deep.
Yeah, motto.
Your life motto: go deep.
Yeah.
Go deep. You heard it here first. That's live your life the way Zub lives his life. Go deep.
Just go deep.
Just go.
Everything you do, just go deep.
Just go deep. Go hard. Go deep. This is turning into a whole different stream.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry. Oh God.
What's your favorite all-time like go-to movie? Like if it's on like TV, or if you're like, I can't figure out what I'm gonna watch, this is the movie I'm gonna watch. What's your go-to favorite movie?
That's a good one actually. I'm a big fan of just comedies, like movies that just make you feel good. Like at the end, you've laughed so much that it just nothing else in the world matters. I really like the movie Step Brothers, which it's one of those movies that, you can watch the best movie like drama in the world and it makes you feel stuff and things like that, but it might not be something that you just watch every year, for example. But Step Brothers is one of those things that you can just put on. You can laugh even more so than the time previous that you watched it, and it's just so stupid that it just gets me every time, and I just absolutely love that film. So even though I'm sure you're expecting something like maybe Pride and Prejudice or something, I'm gonna say Step Brothers. Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
It's a great choice, and I totally get that. Sometimes you need that like familiar comedy, and it's a good movie. That is a great choice. It is a 100% great choice.
It's so good seeing Will Ferrell as a 40-year-old man, complaining because his mum won't give him like pizza money. But it's just so good. It's just so good.
Let's see what other good. What was your first concert? What was your first music concert that you went to?
Oh, I went to a band called, I don't know if you know these guys, but they're called Maximo Park.
Never heard of them.
Okay. And there's a big Welsh band called Feeder who did the soundtrack for Gran Turismo 3. So you may remember a song called Just a Day and Buck Rogers. It's that he's got a brand new car, that one. I don't know if you've heard of that. Anyway, we really wanted to go and see them, and they're a Welsh band. And we went to go and queue up. And as we got to the front, they were like, "Oh, the tickets are sold out." And it was like, no. It's like, when it was my first ever concert, I really wanted to go and see Feeder. And then they were like, "Oh, we got Maximo Park tickets on sale." And I was just like, oh, God. Like, I don't really know them or whatever. And then I started listening to them because I was like, well, I'm just going to go to a concert. And I started listening to them. And they're actually really good. So if you look on YouTube, Maximo Park, they're probably a bit outdated now, I don't know. But it was so good. It was so good. They were a bit mopey. They were like, "Oh, this is because I can't get a girlfriend," and then they'd start singing. But it was really good. They put on a really good show, and then I did a few like festivals as well from then on, and I saw so many bands in quick succession that it makes me out to be a real concert goer. It's like somebody will say like Arctic Monkeys, and I'm like, seen them. Like this band, seen them, and it's like I literally just saw them all in the same place at a festival. But yeah, I really like concerts, and I don't think I'll be going to one anytime soon because I don't want to be surrounded by 5,000 people with COVID.
Yeah, that's the world we live in right now, and it's unfortunate. I miss live music like all the time, and there are some shows that pop up here in my neck of the woods, but I'm like, I don't want to go yet. Like, I want to wait a little bit. But it sounds like with your music too, kind of like with your game choices on stream, you kind of find these cool, like, oh, you've never heard of this band before? They're awesome. How have you not listened to them? Like, that's very curated, and I totally I respect the hell out of that. Like 100%.
With Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition is like, It was a game that was just completely either panned by reviewers and 0 out of 10s, I mean zeros it was getting, or it was being given 10 out of 10s. And that is like probably the most divisive game ever. You know, half of the people split down the middle, just absolutely hated it, thought it was absolutely bad, and half the people just thought it was the best thing ever. And you've probably seen why I love it so much from the streams, is that it is just batshit crazy. It's not a good game. It's not a good game. It's the graphics are awful. The voice acting is terrible. Just it's got nothing interesting in terms of mechanics, but it is so good.
Yeah, whenever you play that game, I get very excited because the way, like again, like you're saying, it's not a great game. It's kind of a hot mess. But you've found a way to take something that was panned by people like, this game sucks, this is a terrible game. You're like, no. I will like a phoenix. It will rise from the ashes on my stream, and I will give it its moment in the sun and show people how fun the game can be, despite it being a 0 out of 10 game. You really, and that's what I really love about your stream the most, is that you find a way to take these games that are like Deadly Premonition or Cruelty Squad, that is just an acid trip gone horribly wrong. And you somehow take those games and make them so entertaining to watch, and so, like, I don't know, like riveting, I guess, because when I watch it, I'm like, what is he, like, why, where, what are you doing in the game? What's happening here? And I'm like, all right, now I'm invested, because now I'm watching your reactions and watching your chat engage with you about these games, and you're taking these games that no one would probably ever like buy or play, and you're giving them this like huge like moment of like, no, there's value here, there's some really fun stuff in these games. You just kind of like have to make your own fun out of like this little playground of bizarre games.
And I think it's like with Cruelty Squad and Deadly Premonition, there's always something very strange going on. If you jump into the stream halfway through, if you jump in right towards the end, there's always something weird going on, and it's always makes you go, what? Like, what's going on here? I'm gonna get involved here. What's going on here? It's like in Deadly Premonition, the main character, he just does this all the time, and it's like, what's he doing? What's he doing? And it's just it's like they've taken somebody's dream and they've put it into a game. Like, they've just literally ripped it straight out of his sleep and just straight into a game, and you just put it in. You got the disc and you just put it in. You play his dream, and that's what's really good about these games, like Cruelty Squad as well. It's just people come in and just say, "Oh, I wonder what he's playing," and then they look at it and straight away they go, "What the hell is going on there?" And that's it. Then you're invested. You're invested.
That's awesome. Next question is, what does hype mean to you? If like, what is your definition of hype?
Hype for me is that feeling that you get as a kid when you get a new game. You know, when you go to the shops with your parents and, you know, they go, "Oh, okay, you can have a game." And it's like, yes! And you get in the car and you, like, rip it open and you, like, look at the... Do you remember when games had manuals and, well, discs at all? And, you know, you look at the disc, you look at the back of the cover, you look at the booklet, and it's just like, you know, you get a little bit of story in there. You get, like, even the picture of the controller with, you know, all the buttons, what they do, and it's like, oh. And that's like, you know, that feeling that you get when you're so excited as a kid and you can't even breathe properly. You know, you're just like, oh God, I'm so excited, I'm gonna die. That's something that we lose as an adult. You know, it's something that gets less and less impactful and less, you know. It's like video games nowadays, you know, you don't get that feeling of getting a new game and coming home with it and things like that. But there are things that you can do to get that feeling again. And one of those things for me is streaming and thinking about, you know, playing this really wacky off the wall game and just seeing your guys' reactions to it. And you guys, and that's given me that hype, that kid hype feeling again. That's what hype is for me.
It's like I totally get that. Like, I think as an adult, for me, that's called anxiety. But I 100%, like, that is a great answer. I love that definition. Like, and it sounds like you're trying to carry that kind of hypeness, that attitude and that excitement into your streams. And I think you made a good point there. Like, when you get older, you kind of lose that sense of excitement of like, oh, I got there's a brand new game out, I can't wait to play it. But as you get older, you're kind of like, I'm just going to download this game on Steam, and I'm going to download it, and I'm going to play it, and
Yeah.
there's no box to open up really. There's no like manual to look at. There's just kind of like no frills. Here's the game. But yeah, that's a really good answer. Damn, I'm impressed by your definition of hype, sir.
You need that nowadays as well, especially with a global pandemic coming on. It was like at the start of that global pandemic, I was like, right, we can either all sink into ourselves and just become extremely like upset with the world, and and it was getting like that, at the very beginning, where it was like, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks maximum, we'll be on lockdown and we'll all come back, everything will be back to normal, and we're still here today. Well, coming up to probably 2 years at some point soon. And it's just like, you can either do that, you can either sink into yourself, or you can come up and just say, right, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to do things that I've never done before, that I've always wanted to do but never had the time. And I know we're still all working hard, and it's hard working from home, but with that extra 2 hours a day that I've got from not commuting, and the extra money as well from not filling up, because fuel is really expensive in this country. I tried so many things, man. So many things. I did my first ever D&D session, which I play every week now with a group of people, which I absolutely love. Never even knew what D&D, what it entailed or anything beforehand. I've done a little bit of Warhammer collecting and painting, tried to do some coding, learn some coding, doing some more drawing, and things like that. And then obviously streaming as well. And it's, even though it's been a horrible situation, you've got to take the positives out of it as well. You've got to see the positives in any situation and just grab it with both hands. And if you do, then your mood dips with a situation like this, but then it comes back up somewhere. Maybe not to the same place, but it comes back up, which is what you need. You always want to be going up, not down.
That was wow. I don't even know what to say to that. That was a great response. Like, and you made it, that's so many good points today. This has been just a fun conversation to have with you. But like, I 100% relate to that. And with the being home, being told it's going to be 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, we'll come back to the office, and then everything kind of falls apart, and it's this like terrible situation. It's getting worse. Like, it was getting worse every day. But I think a lot of people like yourself found ways to make the most of it and be creative and try different things and different avenues of ways to cope with it, I guess, at first. But it's also an opportunity to try something different or what you wanted to do. It sounds like you took a lot of time to kind of explore other options and find things that you wanted to do or try out. Like now you're playing D&D. You're being more creative. You're streaming now. That's great, and I think that speaks volumes to people who we all know collectively that the last like almost 2 years have been really shitty, like just overall. But I think when you kind of drill down a little bit and zoom into like smaller communities and individuals, a lot of people took the time to kind of reinvent themselves in a way. And find ways to be a better version of themselves.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something that you get from the military lifestyle when you're younger. Is that obviously the soldiers go through the most worst situations possible. It's like we think we've got it hard in this pandemic or whatever. They have death and destruction and things like that all around them. They've seen terrible things. But like one thing I always noticed with my father and all his friends, all soldiers, that they would always be laughing at everything. And I remember one day I was in the sergeant's mess, which is like their little party area for sergeants, and nobody else can go in there, just sergeants. But you're allowed to invite people in. So when I was old enough to drink, I went in there with my dad, and it was so fun. And I remember one day they were all sat around a table, all drinking, and I was there as well. And my dad went, "Oh, do you remember?" Let's call him Steve. He went, "Remember, Steve, when we were in Afghanistan and we started getting mortared by the enemy?" And he said, "Oh, you'd never been mortared before. And I remember you got under the table and you put a waste paper basket on your head. You were so scared." And I was like, and everybody was laughing their heads off, including Steve, who went through. And I was like, I was looking around and I was like, Jesus Christ, that sounds terrible. This guy is scared so much that instead of putting his helmet on, he put a waste paper basket on his head. And I said to my dad afterwards, I was like, well, why is that funny? You know, like what? And he was like, well, what else can we do? Do we all just, you know, cower down and just, you know, let this like dark situation just envelop us and just, you know, just completely shut down, or do we laugh about it and then, you know, and that's always the thing. He says always laugh in the face of adversity. So if you can find this time now when, you know, where you've probably had some terrible situations with losing your job and you know, family members becoming sick and things like that, you know, you've got to try and pull yourself up and just do what you want to do what you want to do, and laugh in the face of adversity. Otherwise you're just gonna sink down as well.
That's some great advice. And I was just going to ask you, my next question was going to be like, what advice do you have? What's some advice you'd like to part everyone with? Not just for life, but I think you've already answered that question. Is just laugh in the face of adversity. I think is a great piece of advice for people. That is something I don't think a lot of people know how to do, honestly.
Yeah. It's what else can you do? You know, you can, I don't know, like things like you know, depression, and you know, this we're all aware of mental illness and things nowadays, and that can be totally debilitating. And you know, you really need to see a professional for that. But if you're feeling a bit down, you know, you've got to psych up your mind. You know, it's all in the head, and you just need to laugh in the face of adversity. But if you're if you're looking at if that question was more tailored towards streaming stuff and the advice for that,
I was going to ask you, what is your advice for people who want to get into Twitch streaming? What's your advice for those who are kind of getting started or who haven't really, or have been kind of hesitant to like jump into that pool? Like, what's your advice for that?
Well, I think like it might seem like common sense and things, but you know, if you really want to make it, and it depends what you want out of Twitch. You know, with me, I'm glad that to be having fun with it. You know, and that's all I really expect from it. You know, if one day it goes right, I'm gonna, you know, end the streaming and all that sort of stuff. It's been great. You know, at least I'll look back and say that was a worthwhile time because I had so much fun doing it. But if you're looking to, you know, grow and try and make it a living, that's going to be a lot harder, you know. But there's certain things that you need to do. You know, always talk, always interact. You know, play games that are out of your comfort zone. Don't play Warzone and Apex if you're trying to grow. It's not going to work unless you're extremely good. And look, the people that are extremely good on Twitch and YouTube are playing this game 12 to 14 hours a day, and we have jobs, you know. It's like we can't be doing that. But yeah, if you if there's been quite a few people as well that are quite down on streaming at the moment, maybe they're just seeing flat line in their viewership or whatever. One thing I'll say to them is that if you can, read a book called Masters of Doom. Right, and I know that sounds a bit weird, right? But this is the autobiography or the sort of story of id Software with Doom, the very famous 90s shooter. And what they did to become successful in that, and the trials and tribulations, and what they did to make sure it worked, or make sure they got somewhere and had a product at the end of it. And you know, the things that they didn't have their own computers, so they would go to work. They worked with computers in work anyway, and they had a nice, beautiful machine paid for by the company. They'd go into work, they'd wait for everybody to go home, they'd pick up the computers, they basically steal the computers, put them in the back of their cars, take them to a garage at their friend's house. They would work all night on the game, and then they would get back into work early in the morning before anybody came in, set back up their computers, and, you know, pretend that they had a beautiful night's sleep, and, you know, and they're fresh faced for the day. And I'm just like, if you read that book, right, if you think that you're just like, you know, oh, I might give up streaming, I'm not seeing anything like that will just inspire you to just keep going and working that little bit extra hard, putting an extra channel reward in your thing, doing an extra overlay, doing something like that to just keep you going. And the way that you know, really give it a good shot, if you really want to become a Twitch streamer, you got to look at yourself and say, am I doing everything I possibly can to to actually do this. Because if you're just going to give up and you only half-assed it, then you can't really look back on it and be proud of yourself. So if you really put everything into it, if you read that book, it will inspire you to just say, right, I'm going to push a little bit more to just do that extra channel reward, do this, do that, and honestly, it'll be great for you.
That was a damn good answer. Bravo. That was I'm inspired. Damn it. I'm gonna read that book. I love how two guests in a row now have recommended some really great life lesson books. We had Furiously Happy by Happy. Now we have Masters of Doom by you here. That's some great advice. Honestly, it really is. And I think it's something again we've talked about before, kind of off stream about. We've talked about streaming and everything, but I think you made a lot of valid points there. Just you got if you really want to make this successful, you really got to put some work into it, and you're gonna get
like anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this has been super fun. By the way, I've had a great time. We're probably gonna wrap it down here, unfortunately.
It's okay.
Obviously, I'm going to post your link here on the Discord of when people work to your channel. But when can people catch your stream?
Well, at the moment, I don't really have a schedule locked down because I know that as soon as work kicks off again, it's going to be I'm going to be all over the place. But I usually stream most days around 8 to 8:30 British time. And I usually do between 2 and 3 hours, so it's not anything set in stone. But if you come on around that time, you'll usually find me.
So, and what game? What's the next game on stream now that you finished up your most recent one? What's next on the on the docket?
So this is one that I've played before and I've liked very much, and it's very weird. And yeah, it fits in with the theme very much so. But it's a game called Void Bastards.
I've heard of Void Bastards, and it looks really fun. It's going to be right up your alley. So, thank you so much for being on today. This was
thank you, Erock, for having me.
This was a delight, as always. Looking forward to the next stream.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
And just so you know, I did have a route around for something. To have a bit of something on my clothing to relate to the coffee and hype.
Okay.
So I actually found these, which I've got in my hands right now. And yeah, it was. I found them in my car, and I've had them in my car for a long time. And there's a story behind them. These aren't mine. I don't own these, but here we go.
Yes.
Look at these.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Dr. Disrespect, eat your heart out.
Oh, Dr. Disrespect, you have a new sunglass competition. Oh my God, I love it. Those are very good.
Here we go.
Oh.
There we go. Dr. Disrespect. There you go.
Wow. We have listen, the US took the office from the UK. You're now taking Dr. Disrespect from the US and bringing it over to the UK.
Hello, I'm Dr. Respect. Can I prescribe you some hemorrhoid cream? Oh my God! Right, look at the state of me. I'm sorry, I've brought your show down.
No, you just did something amazing there. I love it. It's Dr. Respect.
Exactly. You can't be Dr. Disrespect in the UK. You'll be a heathen.
Oh, that's awesome. Now I kind of want to see Dr. Respect on your stream now. I feel like either he needs to be a guest here on the show, or he needs to be like a persona on your stream, because that's gold right there. You're onto something.
Thinking if I can add a monocle and a top hat to it, and then I can really be Dr. Respect then, I could really pull that off,
I really think I love that it was your first stream when you did your face reveal on camera, and you had like a dozen fake mustaches just hovering you.
Well, somebody said every sub that you get on your celebration or your face reveal, stick a mustache to your face, and I literally ordered 6 fake handlebar mustaches to say to Tretton, because Tretton, as you know, check him out, Tretton. I can never say his username because it's really complicated, but he has this beautiful mustache, and I was always like, yeah, you know, my mustache is great as well, which it's not. Look, it's like a little blonde ginger thing, and yeah, so I ordered 6 of these handlebar mustaches, and they sent me about 700 mustaches. I mean, literally just like hundreds and hundreds of bags like this. And they're all different shapes and sizes. And I was just sticking them to my face. Somebody said in the chat, oh, every time you get a sub, stick one to your face. And I had eyebrows. I had the little monobrow. I did the little, you know, like I was balding around here, all over my face. And Jesus Christ, my hair, it was like waxing afterwards. These must have come from China. They must have used like some super glue, like Gorilla Tape or something, because they just took all of my hair out.
I think I have a clip here before we wrap it up here. There is a clip from one of your streams. Let me get my little monitor up here.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get this to look a little better than what I have it as right now. Actually, let's go over to the video zone for this, because this doesn't look good. I'm gonna go over to the video zone. The video zone. Let's go to the video zone real quick. But yeah, you can see here in the upper corner here, you can see the you can see the mustaches.
That is a good clip as well, because somebody timed a fart just right.
Well,
I don't know if you've seen that clip before. So they time a fart just right, and it scares the hell out of me. So you'll see it now as I come around the corner. There's a nurse there.
Scared the crap out of me.
Jake got scared.
It's so good.
I saw that person who farted.
But I did look like a Super Mario villain, didn't I? Yeah, his British cousin. Oh dear.
Oh, that was great. Thank you so much for being here today. This was awesome.
No, I had loads of fun, man.
Yes.
Honestly, and you've got a good thing going here, and yeah, get all of the top boys and girls.
Oh,
on,
everyone, listen.
I'm sure soon
yes,
you'll be interviewing Ariana Grande.
It's gonna happen. She's gonna be on the show. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for being here again. This was a delight. Everybody, go check out TTVZubZero's stream. I'll post all of his links and everything in the Discord. I'm going to take a quick little break here, real quick, grab some water. Thank you again for being on the show. Check him out when he streams. He's awesome. He's rad as heck. And we'll be right back.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, welcome back, everybody. Had to, get up real quick and take care of a couple things, get some water, do some stretching. Wow, what an interview. Give it up for ZubZero again, you guys. What a great interview. Some great insight from him. Learning a lot about him over on his stream. And again, go check him out. If you like farts, if you like weird games, if you like fake mustaches and jump scares, and watching him react to an innocent fart sound alert, or a bop banana, or a cheesy gubbins alert, or his latest one, scoop poop, which is or poop scoop. Either way, they are wonderful. Go check him out. Again, after the show, I will post links to his Twitch channel in the guest of the show category over on the Discord. And if you have any questions for him, or even if you'd like to be on the show, the best place to reach me, of course, is on Discord. And I can drop the socials here for you. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to ask my amazing and talented mod if she would be so kind as to drop those socials in the chat for everybody. The Coffee and Hype Zone is open for business. All are welcome over there in the Coffee and Hype Zone. If you want to continue the conversation with myself, or maybe if you have questions for Zub or our last guest, Happy Hippo, they're in there hanging out. If you want to pick their brains, for sure. I will also put a link in there for Masters of Doom, the second book recommendation on our second interview on the show. That's awesome. So all that will be in the Discord later today. You guys, this has been super fun, and that was amazing. I love doing interviews. And again, if you want to be on the show, if you could get some kind of memento or say merch to commemorate this experience. Well, I don't per se have merch for the interview itself, but I have a merch store up and running via Streamlabs. That link is on my channel. I can post it here if anyone's interested. I have a mug on there, a Coffee and Hype mug, Coffee and Hype sticker, and of course, to celebrate this week's celebration on Monday of the Bologna Smoothie, there are limited quantities of Bologna Smoothie Day stickers on the merch store. So if you're interested and curious about, or want a sticker that says Bologna Smoothie Day to put somewhere on a mug, on the back of your car, on your Lisa Frank Trapper Keeper, those are there. The mug is super cool. It's white with the Coffee and Hype logo. The stickers are the same. So if you want to support the stream and support the show, that's one way of doing it. But quite honestly, you guys just showing up and hanging out is a reward for me in and of itself. I really appreciate everyone being here. How's everyone doing? How is everyone feeling this Friday? It's Friday. It's the end of the week. We're heading into the weekend. Weekend hype, everybody. How are we doing out there in the world of Coffee and Hype, in the Coffee and Hype Zone? Oh, you're very welcome, Zub. That was amazing. Well, you're gonna have to be on again, obviously. Really appreciate you being on here. That was a great conversation. Learned a lot. Got some cool perspectives and insights from you. Some valuable wisdom and knowledge. So thank you so much for being here. That was really great. We're doing good. Do we have coffee? Do we have our water? Are you hydrated? Are you feeling well? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling kind of like meh? Are you sweating because where you are is hell on earth like it is here? It's not even noontime and it's 82 degrees right now, according to my computer's time and temp. So that's fun. That's fun to deal with. You know, and I think the big takeaway from the interview today, I think, is for in life, in general, go deep. Whether it be a jar of peanut butter, job interview, or just going to get groceries, go deep. You go hard, you go deep. Oh, Plushie, thank you so much. It was super fun. It was super duper fun. Yeah, they are only. That's right. The Bologna Smoothie Day stickers are limited by the FDA. You are right. Because promoting a Bologna Smoothie out in the world is kind of not what I want to do. Oh, guys. All the hype, all the love. You guys make me want to keep doing this kind of stuff. But as I've said before, if you want to be on the show, by all means, let me know in the Discord, which I'll do now, because apparently, there we go. Links to my socials there. I have Twitter, Instagram, and the Discord. Twitter I usually do to just kind of promote the show and announce when I'm going live. I try to retweet other streamers who are going live to kind of give some shout outs there as well to help other people get noticed when they go live. I do that as much as I can. Instagram, kind of the same thing. I don't post a lot on Instagram. It's usually kind of a good workday scroll app for me. But I'm going to try to be a little more active on there with the posting outside of, coffee and hype announcements. And Discord, of course, is where you can find me active. Dry throat. The most active is on Discord. Kind of like the interview or the conversation we had earlier. I love having a good chat with people. Love getting to know people. The Discord's a great place to do that. If you have questions or, again, you want to be on the show as a guest, you're looking for some gaming suggestions, advice, you want to show off your pets, or whatever it is, jump on over to the Discord. The Coffee and Hype Zone is open for business. We'd love to have you on there. Trying to get some people to submit pictures of their pets for Showcase Your Pets, which is something I want to do here on the show. If you have some fur babies or non-fur babies or non-human babies, pets in your life that deserve their shining moment and a moment of glory on the internet, to have people ooh and awe and wish that they were their pets, that's the place to do it on the Discord. There is a channel for that, for showing off your pets. And then if we get some enough traction on that, we'll showcase some pets all up on here. Scorpio Cat, hello. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome into the show. Welcome into Coffee and Hype. And of course, if you're new around here, we welcome you in here by greeting you and saying hello. Also, we blast you with a little bit of the old hype gun. Well, thank you for coming in here from Plushie's Discord. Plushie is an amazing human being. Also, a member of one of my newest favorite bands, Indian Giver. I've listened to the song Bad Advice numerous times over the last few days on Spotify. Love that man, love his music, love his streams. He finished up, I think you finished up, I hope you finished it up, the old Silent Hill 3. And last night while you were streaming, Plushie, you got me all excited while I was just sitting here hanging out. I had your stream up, I was playing a little Minecraft, just winding down my day, and you're like, oh, has anyone ever played Parasite Eve? And I lost my collective shit because I played the crap out of that game in high school on the PS1, 3 discs. I had to bring it back to GameStop because the third disc was scratched. I had to get a different copy of the whole game. So rather than saying, oh, the game's broken, I had to finish it. And if you don't play that on stream, I'm going to be very upset with you. It's a great game, super fun. But yeah, loved your stream yesterday. But thank you for being here. That's my long way of saying, Scorpio Cat, thank you for being here, for coming in from Plushie's Discord. And let's get you some hype. There we go. Performance issues. Get infected with hype. That's right. You're getting blasted with the Iraq virus of hype. Getting infected. That's right. You've now been infected with hype. Not imbued, not infused. No, you've been infected because little monsters that make up my chats have decided that when I blast the hype gun, you're getting infected. So welcome on in. Sir Snack with the cat dabby emotes. Look at that. Got a little cat dab. How are you, sir? How is Sir Snack? Good morning to you, sir. Oh, yeah, my throat's so dry. Don't know what's going on with it. It's all the cigarettes that I smoke every day. I don't smoke cigarettes. You guys, we're still at 69% complete of our follower goal. We're at 139. I don't want any more followers because it's 69%. However, there has been the promise, the commitment here on Coffee and Hype that at 200 followers, which we are rapidly approaching, it feels like, that will unlock Wig Week here on Coffee and Hype. It won't be some crazy bologna smoothie or something that I consume. No Plushie and Eric and Easy and everyone else. There will not be a hot dog themed follower goal unlock this time around or ever. So get that out of your crazy twisted little minds. Wig Week will happen where I'll be wearing a variety of wigs here throughout the week on the show. Just something fun and different to do, a little wacky, a little wild. And at the end of the week, on Friday, we will do an exclusive watch-along party on Discord of Bo Burnham's Inside on Netflix, because it's one of my favorite things. It's one of my sound alerts, and I've watched it numerous times. I've listened to it countless times, and it makes me weep because it's so powerful. So yeah, if we can get that going, yeah. We're not eating no hot dogs. No hot dogs. Yeah, no. Listen, I love a good hot dog. Who doesn't love a good hot dog? You know, a little mustard, some grilled onions, some relish, toasted bun. Maybe you throw a little cheese in that dog. You throw a little chili on there. You get a little weird. However, no hot dogs will be involved in the follower goal unlock. None whatsoever. Almost time to end the show here, you guys. Yesterday was a day off. We got to go until 11, but I do have to stop down here momentarily, unfortunately. But the good news is I'll be back tonight for a wind down stream. Something I've been trying to do this week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, around 8 o'clock. I want to start between 8 and 9 o'clock Eastern Time. I come back on here and I do this a very chill wind down stream. Throw on some calming lo-fi music to vibe to, relax to unwind and to kind of end your day with. Doing the same thing here tonight. TGIF Friday night. I'm gonna find a game to play that's maybe a little calming, a little relaxing to watch. The vibe will be a little different tonight. But come back if you want to hang out later and just chat. Might just do just chatting tonight. Just hang out, chat and chill. We'll do some late night low key hype. It could be Minecraft. That's been my go-to unwind game forever now. So that'll be super fun if you're into that sort of thing on a Friday night. If you don't want to get hype on a Friday night, you want to relax. If you're like me, then stop on by. I'd love to have you here. Kronos has just subscribed with a Prime. Thank you so much for that subscription, my friend. Thank you. Much appreciated. Genuine human being. Rad as hell. Thank you for that. That's earned you a blast of hype. Thank you for the shout out, Easy.
It's not as good, no, it's definitely not. Hold on, this might be a sexy raider. Hold on.
We have a sexy raider voice. we are here to play some Bump the Raider.
There he is. There's Kronos. That's a clip from his stream. Thank you, Easy, for queuing that up. You are the best moderator that I could ask for. But anyways, where are my manners? You just subscribed. Cthulhu's here, I think, still. So that means the hype gun will work, because when she's here, her elder god powers flow through the internet. Love that hot sax. Hot sax. Hot sax. This is for you, Kronos. This is your subscriber hype. Come on, buddy. Oh, man. It's being a little diva today. It's Friday. It's the end of the week. It doesn't want to work. Who wants to work on a Friday? I don't. I don't want to work on a Friday, but I got to. I want to continue that paycheck coming on in. Gotta work. Gotta work for that money. Oh, what a stream today. What a great guest we had. ZubZero. Good dude. Good human being. And there will be another interview next week. Hopefully, maybe there'll be 2 interviews next week. Maybe there'll be 3. I don't know. We'll see what kind of we'll see who's out there who wants to be interviewed. I would love to have you on the show. Love to get your origin story, pick your brain a little bit, like we did today here on the show. If you did catch the stream late and did miss the interview, do not worry. The VOD for the entire show is going to be on the channel. And I do try to archive most of, or as many as I can, Coffee and Hype episodes over on my YouTube, which is just really, it's an archive for the Coffee and Hypes, just for like for posterity's sake. Can't talk sometimes. With that, I take my leave. Must go drop my kiddo to get to work. Go take care of your kiddo. Get to work, my friend. Have a great day. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you for being here on the show. Have a great day, and you stay hyped, damn it. You beautiful son of a bitch. So, again, if you're new here, if you stuck around for a few shows now, end of the show, we try to find a musical guest act to end our time together here with a raid. Every good show, every good talk show, every good morning show, every good program has a musical guest at the end. So every day here on Coffee and Hype, we try to find somebody, anybody out there in Twitch land playing music, who's vibing to some tunes, having a good time, having fun with it. We've had a great run of people. Let me Scorpio, let me drop the socials for you here. There's the Discord link is down below. If you want to hang out with all these wild little weird monsters, which I feel like you guys now are the little monsters, and I say that as a term of endearment because of the movie Little Monsters from the 90s is one of my favorite movies of all time. You're my little monsters, and I love it. I love you guys for that. You come in here all the time. You appreciate the weird humor. You kind of are a part of the show, and I love it. You're all essentially kind of my co-hosts on the show, and I couldn't do it without you. I could, however, do it without Skylar, he's been sitting over here. He was supposed to do prep this afternoon, or this morning rather, with Zub, some pre-interview stuff, some tech setup earlier. But when I came into the studio, he's just sitting over here where he always does. Can't play his Switch right now because he's still grounded from it, but he was just sitting here playing with some devil sticks. Remember devil sticks? He was just sitting here. I'm like, where'd you get devil sticks from? He's like, well, my mom's new boyfriend gave them to me. I'm like, cool, great, Skylar. Did you reach out to Zub? Did you get everything ready for this morning? No, I've been playing with these devil sticks. So now he's over there because he's, well, I shouldn't say he's playing with the devil sticks because I broke them. If you're not familiar, Skylar is my intern. He said he wanted to get into Twitch. I said I would help him, but he'd have to help me behind the scenes. And so far, he's done nothing. So I've talked to his mom Debbie about it several times. Said, hey Debbie, I don't know what Skylar's deal is, but he's not very helpful. No, listen, you need to see. You need to listen. Skylar will not be on camera or be a part of this show until he does something. I asked him to get my dry cleaning. He's like, I don't have my license. I'm only 15. I'm like, that's not my problem, Skylar. Find a way to get my dry cleaning. My iced coffee from Cumberland Farms in the morning. Half the reason I don't have my coffee this morning from Cumberland Farms is because he didn't get on his scooter and scoot his butt over to Cumberland Farms to get me my coffee. I had to make this myself instead of having him go get it for me. So yeah, he won't be on here until he makes it right. Isn't that right, Skylar? Oh yeah, I broke your devil sticks. Well, don't bring devil sticks to the studio. Yeah, I know your mom's boyfriend's gonna be upset. I get it. What's his name again? Steve? He also gave you... What else did he give you? That's weird. Huh. I don't think it's supposed to... No, it's Spider-Man, not Spooderman. That's a knockoff, bud. Ah, bud, that's not our real Spider-Man action figure. That looks like a knockoff. I don't like this Steve guy. But anyways, lunch today, I would love a good chicken salad sandwich from the place I like. So if you could do that today, that would be great, Skylar. Did you do that today? Maybe. It's a maybe. I'm sorry you have to see that on camera, you guys. Oh, off camera. I'm sorry you have to see me be so hard on him, but listen, when you have an intern, they're supposed to do stuff for you. He's not doing anything. So, and people are like, oh, do you pay him? Yeah, I pay him. I pay him in gratitude. I pay him in snacks. He's never gonna make it in this town. Skylar. Yeah. No, easy. He'll be on here when he's earned it. When he's earned his time. I told him maybe someday I'll let him run one episode of Coffee and Hype by himself. Just I'll give him a couple hours, do this on here, see it because he wants to do it so bad. So, anyways, enough about Skylar the intern. Let's try to find our musical guest act for this morning's musical guest act raid. Listen, if you ever want to make it in the media poet thing, you've got to toughen up. Exactly. You got to toughen up. Toughen up. Find somebody. Let's find someone playing music, then we're going to end our show here. We'll do our funky farewell and the gratitudes. Let's see. Who do we got? Who do we got playing music on Twitch that's gonna be our guest? What are you doing? Vanilla Scream? No, Vanilla is Cream. Here we go. Call me Vanny. Be here. This one could be cool. Seems like she might be cool. There's 22 viewers right now. Let's see. She's a voice actor, cutesy sim games on stream, makes random art, and singing songs in between. Come and hang out if you don't mind. Monkey, potato and bread. I don't know what that means, but she seems like she's having a good time, playing some tunes. Maybe this is our guest. I want to make sure we have a good, fun guest on here. Now, again, all the links for all the musical acts we have on the show are posted on the Discord as well. You can check them out if you did miss it. Gotta find someone here. Oh, I think I found him. Yeah, this guy. Barry Copeland Music. A little bit about him. His name is Barry Copeland. He's a singer-songwriter from Glasgow, Scotland. He plays indie, folk, pop, and rock, originals, and covers with the occasional loop thrown in. Hope you can come and hang out sometime. Well, you guys want to go hang out with Barry Copeland? Because I want to go hang out with Barry Copeland. So let's switch over before we go. Make sure we get this all ready to go. He's my choice of the day. Music. Hopefully he's still on here when we do raid him. Get to my raid screen here. Get that prepped. And get our funk going. There it is, you guys. You know what time it is. Time for the old funky farewell. What a show. What a Friday today. The hour 45 we do this has flown by today. Thank you so much to my amazing guest, TTVZubZero, for a wonderful conversation. Some great insights, some good advice on streaming and life in general. Again, the VOD will be up on the channel once we end the stream. If you missed the interview, go check him out. Go check out the interview. Go check out his stream when he does it. Great collection of games he plays. The obscure, weird ones, the rare gems. Please go check him out. Again, all the links will be posted for him on the Discord. Thank you so much today. This is the people I've grabbed. I've come in today. Thank you to Plushy Ebola, to Trent, to Amy, Oscar, Hurricane Betty. Loved the stream last night, by the way, Hurricane Betty. First time on there. I don't know why I never watched you before, but damn, man, that was a good music stream. I will definitely be back for that. Kronos, Glitter Gems, Easy Game X, the best mod a man could ask for. Cthulhu Kachu, hashtag coming for sponsor, originator. Nebula, Nebi. Always a pleasure seeing you pop up in chat. Tondor, thank you for popping in. Scorpio Kate, however it's pronounced. Thank you for the follow and welcome in to Coffee and Hype. Don't forget, we are here every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to about 11, every single morning, getting your day started with some hype, some conversation, and some coffee, and just making sure that you're feeling positive and feeling good about yourself. If you want to keep the conversation going, or just have some questions or whatever, head on over to the Discord. Link is there in the chat right now. Would love to have you on there. Eric MCI, again, always a pleasure seeing you here on the show. We're going to raid now. We're going to raid this gentleman here. So get your raid messages ready. Looks like he's really having a good time. Barry Copeland Music, again, the link to his channel will also be posted in today's musical guest was category on Discord. I have been E-Rock. You have been awesome. Have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. And I will see you tonight for a wind down sesh. Let's get our raid going.